Basically, I started off with my older brothers, Coach Karim and Coach Ali Sultan. Both of them are, they had practiced traditional martial arts in the art of Taekwondo and Kyokushin. And the passion and the love for combat sport that they had, it just it made me dig deeper into the sport. I started Taekwondo, and the first time I got kicked in the head, I was like, this is exactly what I want to do. We started formally training in around 2007. So yeah, that's how basically it started. I don't really have, a very specific submission or a strike that I like to use, because in the sport of mixed martial art, we have to be well versed everywhere. We have to know almost everything. We have to be harfan mola. So, but there's one thing that there's a kick. There's an axe kick, which is mostly used in karate, Kyokushin, and Taekwondo, which I learned back when I was practicing Taekwondo. That was my favorite kick. So in every fight you'd see me throwing axe kick. Even though the coaches don't like me throwing it pretty often, but I make sure that I've always wanted a highlight reel knockout with an axe kick. So I'm gonna keep throwing it, even if I get one or not. I'm gonna keep throwing that axe kick. Honestly, it depends on the kind of camp you've had, the kind of fight that you've had. Because you could go healthy in a training camp, and then you could end up getting hurt, getting injured. And when you go in a fight, then it depends that what kind of a fight it went like. You could win with a knockout, like a 10 or 12 second knockout, 15-second knockout, or you could go 3 rounds or 5 rounds of intense war with your opponent. So just like my last fight, I thought I would come out clean. I would probably knock the guy out, and I would just walk out clean, scratchless, and I'd go on to another fight very soon. The exact opposite happened. I suffered 6 fractures in my orbital, 2 fractures in the nose, 1 fracture in the jaw. My eye got shut in the first round, so I couldn't even train for the next 3 months. So I had to recover. My eye didn't open for the next 2 weeks, and then so it depends. It varies from fight to fight, and then it depends on your nutrition. It depends on what you're eating. It depends on how your routine is. Because for recovery, only fight doesn't matter. What matters is what you're putting in your body, the fuel, the recovery system, and what exactly, if you're working out, if you're training, if you have a recovery training system, if you're doing something about it. So a lot of things matter. But on average, a normal fight, a normal mixed martial arts fight recovery time would be somewhere around 1 to 2 months. Off the top of my head. So, for me, I personally prefer saying natural, because a lot of people think negative when it comes to supplements. I'm talking about laymen who don't know anything about fitness, who don't know anything about nutrition. All they think is eating a paratha is good nutrition. When someone takes a supplement, any sort of nutrition, people would think that they're probably juicing up, or something illegal or something like that. But it's simple as that. Okay? The food nowadays is not as nutritious as we think, and we always need some sort of external supplementation to fulfill and overcome the lack of the nutrition that we're facing. Even a layman should be using multivitamins per day, like on daily basis, because of all the work that they do every day, and because of all the work that they do. Whatever activities that they do, they get tired, they feel fatigued. The 2 best supplements, in my opinion, one is water, the second is the multivitamins. But when it comes to athletes, performance athletes, recovery and everything, I personally like to use a couple of supplements, which include proteins, and then amino acids, branched chain amino acids actually. And I don't like pre-workout, because I know that I'm a very overly energetic and hyper kind of a person, so I don't need a pre-workout. Some people do need it, so whatever suits you best. The third thing I like to use is multivitamins, as I mentioned, and then some probably omega-3 and B12 and vitamin D3. So these 5-6 things are actually something that I feel are super necessary for me, for like apart from me, for any athlete. You know, we need to be on that right kind of diet, and diet doesn't only mean you eat, or doesn't mean that because sometimes people think that diet means that you stop eating, and that's not diet. That is starving. So the proper diet means you're getting the right nutrition in your body, and you're feeling good, you're healthy. So getting the right kind of nutrition is very important, especially given the kind of food that we have these days. So I mentioned my stack, my favorite supplements. I don't have a specific brand or anything. Whatever I get, whatever I need. If I have to bulk, I go on hike on a protein box that has high calories. And if I have to cut down, so I have to keep playing around with it. But I make sure that I use my supplements, I use my proteins, I use my amino acids, and then most importantly, I use my multivitamins, because they are what make me feel alive.